Happy Thursday. This is going to be Truthful Tuesday on a Thursday. Hello. So guys, I made it. This week has been non-stop, but I had to stop and come on. So Tuesday, I did have a guest scheduled, and she didn't want to share her truth right now as a mother. It's not my place to do that. So I'm deciding to share a bit more of my truth as a mother and something that I'm dealing with right now that sometimes makes me want to tap out and be like, this mother title, I would like to just sit it down. So I'm going to talk to you guys about my truth as a mother and a challenge that I'm facing right now. And I did not come on Tuesday because it was so fresh. I wanted to give it time to play out and see how I was feeling and my son was feeling, so I could give you a full picture. So I'm the mother of two beautiful boys. Martelli's 11, Maverick is 9. And I tapped on this a little bit last Tuesday with honesty and truth being an issue that my oldest is struggling with. I talk so much to my children. I really do. Like, oh my goodness, I have to pause when I say that because I talk a lot to my children. And I know that I'm a really good mom. I'm a good person, and I'm a really great mom. My oldest son, what I'm dealing with him is he's pulling the lie out first and not the truth. Little things, big things, and it's damaging our relationship because I'm not able to trust him. And I tell him this, that it's changing our relationship. So Truthful Tuesdays, speaking truth, is something I'm very passionate about, and I practice not just once a week, but I really, really, really do my best to be truthful as much as possible. My son, my oldest son, this has been going on since he was probably 5, maybe 6, with me talking to him about being honest, being truthful. And I tell my children, you're not going to be truthful and honest every day of the year. Like, you're not going to be honest every conversation. There's times where you will have to not tell the truth. Or, it could be, something that there's different situations where sometimes speaking the truth may not be the best thing for you in that moment. So I don't paint a picture to my children that you're going to tell the truth every day of your life to everyone that you meet. However, when we live together, like my children, they live with me, and as they're growing, I'm seeing a pattern of dishonesty with my oldest son. And there are things that are definitely passed on through DNA. And honesty is something I really, really struggle with instilling in my oldest son. So to give you a little insight with me, my mother, she was not honest. Their dad, he is not honest. And I've had two people very close to me that they were so much alike, I had to step back and be like, whoa, wait a minute. They're too much alike. I cannot build with anyone that's not truthful. I cannot. It doesn't matter relationship, son, mother, daughter relationship. I cannot build with that. I cannot grow with a dishonest person. So my oldest son is hindering the way I'm able to grow with him. And he's only 11 years old. And it's just the unnecessary lies that are piling up. And I really do struggle with this with him, because I can see if he does not choose the truth, if he doesn't choose the truth with me, and what I tell him, if I tell him first, when he tells a lie, he's lying to himself first. I say, when you lie, that thought, you have two thoughts that come in your head, okay, when you ask the question. You have the truth, and then you have a lie that may pop in. And when you choose to let that lie come out of your mouth, at first, before you even lie to me, you're lying to yourself. And I just don't want my oldest son to find comfort in lies, because it is for me, being a person that really gravitates towards the truth, the lies, they just diminish any light that I see in that person, because it's such a choice to lie. And to be totally transparent, that is one of the big reasons why his dad and myself are not together. So I know when my son is even around his dad, he hears and sees the maneuvering of a dishonest person. We've talked about that. And I'm very delicate when I speak to him about that. But through me talking with him, I know he recognizes it, and he can see what's right and what's wrong. But children go by what they see, not what we tell them. And I'm just one parent. So this has been very challenging. It's still a challenge. And I don't want to give up on my son. He's only 11 years old. But I don't want him to give up on himself and give up on the truth. And this is why I am so adamant about him being honest with himself and with me. So it's a real struggle. It's a real struggle that sometimes I think, I don't know if these teenage years that are in front of us, if the lies continue, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to. I don't want to harbor and interact with a liar, even if it's my son. So that's a true struggle, a true truth to me, being a mother. And I've tapped in with some other parents about this same topic, and they say it's a phase. They will move on out of this. But I also know the makeup of my son, his DNA, and even with my mom. There's grandparents, my mom, she's in me too. There's things that I intentionally fight. I intentionally Do not give life to it, because it won't be good for me. That's in me. That is in me because of who I'm made up of. So I say all of that to express a truth of me being a mother that is really, really, really being intentional about pulling in the truth. Pulling the truth out of my oldest son. My youngest son, he will lie sometimes, but he can't even lie straight. I'm like, why are you wasting your time telling me a lie? I just tend to usually need to ask him twice, or get up close in his face and be like, are you telling me the truth? And then the truth will come out. But it's very different. My oldest son will hold on to it and want me to believe it, and I can't allow that. So the incident that happened Tuesday, it may be light to some, but it was all about him taking a shower and him not cleaning himself and lying about it. But this is not just the first time. So it's been a build up. So I was very upset, and there's an end of the year 6th grade field trip. Also, sometimes with my son, with him being dishonest, I'll get this heavy, heavy attitude that I don't deserve. And I ask him, where does it come from? We've talked about it. He's given me some insight, still trying to talk and work through it. But after this lie, I was just really fed up. And there's an end of the year school trip for his 6th grade class. And I told him that I'm not going to pay for it. I said, you can go, but I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to give my hard-earned money that I create with my hands and my body and my energy to someone that is so dishonest and disrespectful. Disrespectful in a way that you don't listen to me when I speak. You're intentionally showing me you don't care what I say. So I'm not going to show up for you the same. And this is what I mean by the relationship changing. So I told him I'm not going to spend my money on this field trip. And this was actually a few weeks ago, but it came back up that night. And so I said, if your dad can do it, then you can go. So he spoke to his dad about it. He told his dad that he told me a lie about the shower. And speakerphone. So yes, I was listening. I wanted to hear his response. And his dad's response was to justify the lie. His dad's response was, so were you tired? Like, were you really tired? Did you feel like taking a shower? So his dad's not a truth teller. So he's not going to speak to him about telling the truth. He will find a reason that would justify him lying. So I heard that, and I was like, there's no, like, when it comes to a topic like that, I don't get on the phone with their dad and tell them what's going on, because it's not going to be, he's not going to see it for the truth that it is. So it's a waste of my breath and energy. But in that moment, hearing that, I was just like, if I say to my oldest son, you're going to have to go and just live with your dad. What I'm struggling with him telling the truth is going to be amplified. And I feel like everything that I've tried and am trying to instill in him will just be washed away. Because the lies will be fed. They won't be challenged. They'll be accepted. They'll be told back and forth in conversation. So that keeps me loving on my oldest son and praying that we get through this where we can stay connected and together. So, I didn't make any notes this time, guys. But this is just, it's an honest, truthful struggle that I'm dealing with right now as a mother. My oldest son is very bright. We don't have a problem with that. Very mannerable. But there is a liar inside that's brewing, and I cannot let it flourish. Another thing that I recognize, if my oldest son does not tap into the truth and embrace the truth and just speak the truth to me, it starts, like I said, with him being truthful to himself, but then also with him being truthful with me. Because I tell my children, you can tell me anything, and they really can. My youngest does. My oldest, he'll tell me some things too, but some of the things that they tell me, I'll be like, oh wow, I wasn't ready for that. But I always say, thank you for letting me know. Thank you for telling me. That gives me insight into X, Y, and Z. So I told my oldest son, what scares me is if you do not embrace telling the truth to yourself and to me, I can already see who you're going to grow up to be. And I don't, what's the word? That's not dilute. I'm not delusional. I'm not delusional about who my son can grow up to be and what type of person he can grow up to be if he continues to just lie. I have too many examples of people that are close to me that are liars that I can't fuck with. Excuse my French. I just can't. I just cannot, as I've just continued to grow and evolve. Hi, Sheikah. My tolerance for the truth is just required. It's required for my interactions with others. And I'm requiring from my oldest son, and it is a challenge. But I'm going to keep on keeping on. Hi, honey. I'm going to continue to lead with love, and I'm going to stay on his ass about the truth. I'm going to stay on my son's ass about the truth. But I'm not going to let it exhaust me. I'm not going to let it drain me. And I'm not gonna be stressed out. So that's where, my struggle be. Stay in the fight or just let him go to his other parent, though, not just out in the world. But yeah, guys, so this was a little bit of a ramble. But I think I made my point. Because this is truthful talk. This is a Thursday, but it is Truthful Tuesdays with Amatullah. And I had to stop and just come on because I have to still show up for myself. But hopefully next week I will have a wonderful guest that can share her truth as a mother. And if not, it will be me again. But I'm going to be back on schedule for Tuesday. Life has just been lifing. And I haven't even been able to do my hair, y'all. So, I still showed up, though. Well, I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I love you, and I love me too. Peace.